Universal Colony Year 118. A time when the endless waltz of history continues unabated. Let's go back 1 year to the UCY 117. The Empire of Thalos declares war upon all neighboring star systems, and the dozens of space and planetary colonies within. The Empire's military powers have equal strength with each government they are at war with, so they are caught in a stalemate. However, halfway into the UCY 117, the Empire acquired a new weapon whose name would be heard throughout the future: mobile suits. These new devices smash through any and all resistance. The Empire now controls more than 95% of the area. We now return to the UCY 118. The space colony MG 166 has now begun open rebellion against the Empire. Flashes of light coming from explosions fill the night sky into the MG 166. Whistles coming from explosive shells devour the air along with explosions they cause as tanks and defense lines lined up. Mangled, disfigured bodies covered the land, and more fell upon them as the Empire soldiers engaged in open war against the resistance. A lone soldier was rattled with bullets and left to die on the ground as his companion retreated back into a trench line several meters away. These scenes are coming to you from the colony MG-166, where a group of radicals, so-called freedom fighters, have begun openly engaging with the established government and soldiers of the Empire. The battle does not go well for the Empire, but it is said that a resupply ship is already en route to the MG-166 with fresh mobile suits, ammo, and supplies that will force the rebels back. Those are our boys! Aaron Hastrat, Den Ryu, Edmund Shibumi, and Melanie Dykin all stood staring at the large screen video set that was showing the news report. They were in a rest area next to the main reconstruction bay of Clark Axel Space Section. Do you realize what kind of a big mistake they made? The entire point of sending out a bunch of Gundams to fight the Empire using guerrilla combat was not to do what your colony's doing, Aram.
Or spare me the lecture about tactics, Ryu. My colony was fighting this sort of open warfare since before the alliance between our colonies was even an idea. Those against mine. Hell, this Earth's like entirely beneficial to war cause. Think about it. Our colonies can be inspired by this longing for freedom, start resistance of their own. Now shall ultimately topple the Empire.
For one, I'm totally agree with you. We need to fight the enemy as many fronts as possible. Force them to spread their resources so thin that we're unable to stop us when we make a big offensive against the Empire.
Has there been any word on either Char or Sex? None whatsoever. For all we know, they can still be duking it out there. Fume.
I can't be the only one who feels like he got blue-balled here.
In other colony news, the space colony AX-013 was destroyed under mysterious circumstances. Unlike the recent incident that destroyed the LX-014.
Bullshit.
The colony destruction was deliberate. Scientific recordings raised from the press to indicate that a weapon of mass destruction was used on the colony from close distance, generating an aftershock the likes of which has never been seen before.
Do you think Mariana did that?
There's no logic in that. AX-013 was fully in support of the Empire, and one of the first colonies to surrender itself to them when the Empire began conquering colonies. It doesn't fit that she do it. Nevertheless, you should investigate it.
Before I turned, I saw Clark Axel slowly approaching him.
So you could be working on my mother's seat.
Automatic systems start taking care of it. Now, if I think what has done this, you may want to investigate it. Very well. Done. Come with me.
Edmund stood up and began walking in the direction of the docking bay. Dan rolled his eyes and began following him.
What do you think it is?
Axel began walking away back towards the Jubilee.
Something very dangerous.
Gollum and Gallet flew along, their hands as blowing fuel through space. They immediately came across a gigantic debris field that once had been colony AX-013. Dan winced as the external camera showed the corpses of 4 residents of the colony floating among the debris. Most of body parts missing.
Begin a full switcher sweep. See what you can find out.
Dan nodded and began scanning all different levels for anything he could find. A weapon signature, radiation spike, even a higher Minovsky particle would have been something. What Edmund defended was far more than he expected.
Wait a second. My scans have already uncovered a weapon signature. The only thing that's off from the signature is the level of power. My computer indicates some sort of mega particle cannon was used to destroy the colony, on a scale far more powerful than anything I've seen before.
What does it detect it is? My computer's still running a scan.
The information reads as similar to the mobile armor identified as Aspelis 3.
Can you use that information to do a widespread scan of the area? See if anything like that's nearby?
I believe so.
Edmund's hands flew over the scanning systems, trying to determine if Spellus was in the area. Such, however, brought him back to the initial encounter between Sex and Char. While Kendra had flew off and returned their mission, the two mobile suits fought like hell, neither ever gained the upper hand. It had become quite apparent to all those watching the battle that they were equally matched in skill. Not even all 5 of the pilots working as a team could have successfully engaged even one of them in combat. And we missed it! A beeping sound from the panel brought Edmund back to reality. Sensors had detected what I thought to be Aspelis 3.
I've got it. It's headed for the New Jumper planetary colony.
Then let's go.
Gallon and Gollum were once again approaching a new destination. The New Jumper colony was located on a elliptical tropical planet. There, a paradise in the Empire of Thelos, and hovering in orbit above that was a weapon that would make this paradise lost.
What the hell is that?
Den was looking at the Aspelis 4, all its size and glory.
It's a target, like any other. Engage the enemy and destroy it.
Gallon waved rider form, sped past Gollum, and charged his weapons against the Aspelis, who ignored the approaching super.
Wait, we don't know. Deploy armor.
Gollum's metallic skin lit up as a blue glow, as the gray armor surrounded the glowing parts. Aspelis turned to notice of the gnat that was the Gallon soon afterwards, with the red camera eye placed in her head, shifting towards the side, as Gallon began firing pathetically small beam lasers into the armor of the Aspelis. In an instant, 2 cannon ports looking in the size of the Aspelis opened up, firing a focused concentration of positively charged Minovsky particles at the Wave Rider. The explosive rocked the entire thing, almost sending Edmund flying out of his chair. He gasped in surprise at the fact that the unknown weapon had caused so much damage so quickly. Gollum immediately sped up, not taking any chances against the Minovsky cannons, placing a shield in front of itself for extra protection, as it began unfolding clips of its own weapon against the Aspelis, doing as much effect as Gallus had. Aspelis turned around quickly. Must have been surprised, because the Aspelis was so large, all of his magnificent cannons aimed directly at Gollum, whose eyes widened.
Oh, fuck!
The cannons fired all at once, slicing through the shield and slamming into the armoring. It melted within seconds. The cannons were able to fire into the skin of Gollum himself.
Retreat! Retreat!
But once Edmund did not argue. The 2 Gundams made a hasty retreat, while those looked at their engines, bringing them as far from the Aspelis as they could. The Aspelis did not pursue, and immediately turned back towards the planet. Red circle sitting in the center of it had a dozen green lights, all suddenly flashed on. Lights formed to the energy beams that traveled to the Aspelis all the way down to the planet. Forming a ring that encompassed most of the colony. Red circle glowed briefly, then fired one focused energy pulse down through the atmosphere into the New Jaburn colony, leaving only a gigantic crater in its place. From the Aspelis, Mariana glared sadistically.
Damages to your mobile suits are mostly superficial. Repairs will take an hour, tops.
Thanks. Jeez, what the hell was that thing? My own creation, I'm afraid. You see,
shh! Mariana's about to give a statement concerning the destruction of the colonies. The entire group gathered around the video screen. A camera image of Mariana sitting in the cockpit of either a mobile suit or mobile armor appeared. She was smiling at the camera, but any ordinary person could tell her smile was evil and one designed for a maniac.
Greetings, citizens of the Solonian Empire. As you are aware, recently there have been terrorist attacks by colonies against the Empire in a vain attempt to overthrow it. It has finally been decided that the Empire shall not sit idly by as a bunch of sweet-snoring petty thugs distort the Empire. And the colonists even destroy an entire city, and so I have responded appropriately. The total lives that they may have killed from their attacks are 9,765,407. The total number of people who lived on the AX-013 and New Japan colonies combined is equal to that amount. For any one person killed in my empire, I shall kill a colonial until either the Gundam pilots are stopped or I run out of colonials to kill. Melanie lowered her eyes, glaring at the ruler of the empire. Along last notes, come to my attention that Clark Axum, the man who holds a monopoly on mobile suits in this sector, has been selling their mobile suits to these terrorists. I decided to end his monopoly and is supplying a terrorist by possibly going to his space station and destroying it. Hail Thanos! With that, he returned to the news. All eyes were on Clark Axum. I merely continued to stare at the video screen.
That's all, Beats.